Tom Gates' Dog Zombie Rule by Liz Pinchon. I am so excited because for the first time ever, I have a real life pet. How brilliant is that? Very. It's not actually my pet. I'm looking after it for a friend, Mark Clump. The other day at school, he asked me if I could help him out. We're moving house, so I have to stay at Granny's for a few days, but she doesn't have enough room for all my pets. Straight away I shouted, "Yes, I can help! I'll look after your pet, no problem at all!" I was so keen that I didn't even ask him which pet he was talking about. Mark has a lot of pets. Some of them would be easier to look after than others. Thanks, Tom. I'll come over to yours after school and bring everything with me, if that's okay. Great, I told him. It was only as I walked back to class that I started to think. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy would Mum and Dad be about me looking after a pet? Furious, not happy, happy, delighted, not happy. 5. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy would Delilah be about me keeping a pet? About here. Furious. 2. This is because Delilah is allergic to some pets. She's allergic to other things too, like fun. It's true, my sister is a weirdo. I knew it wasn't going to be easy trying to convince Mum and Dad about the pet, but I had to try because I was really looking forward to it now. Here's my excited about a pet face. When I sat down at my desk, Marcus Meldrew looked me up and down. Oh, why are you smiling so much? Have you forgotten we've got maths this afternoon? I had. Stupidly, I only went and told him about Mark's pet. I'm looking after it for a while for him, while he's at his granny's. That's why I'm in a good mood. You're looking after Mark's pet snake? No, not his snake. One of the other pets, I said confidently. I've forgotten about his snake. I bet it is his snake. Do you want to know why? Not really, I sighed. He ignored me and carried on talking. Mark's granny will not want a snake in her house because it might escape and try to eat her. At this point, Amy stopped reading her book and said, "For your information, Mark has a corn snake, and corn snakes don't eat people." See, Amy knows. I'm not looking after his snake anyway. I told Marcus, hoping he'd stop interfering. He didn't. There's a first time for everything, Tom. Once there's a snake in your house, he could wake up really hungry, slither towards you, then chop, you're gone. Or at least chewed. Marcus was pretending his arm was a snake. Why did I tell him anything? Slurp. I should have just kept quiet. He carried on doing his silly snake impression until his arm got tired. Then he hissed at me instead, which was annoying. Amy looked up again. Put a sock in it, Marcus. I'm trying to read. Exactly. Shh, will you? I agreed. I thought your sister Amy was allergic to animals?" Amy suddenly asked me. As well as being super smart, she also has a very good memory. "Yes, she is, but I have an excellent plan to get around that problem," I explained, while trying to look thoughtful and clever at the same time. Clever? Thoughtful. "I bet you do," Amy said quietly, and she carried on reading. I didn't have a plan. Not yet, anyway. It was during Mr. Foreman's unbelievably long maths lesson that my plan came together. If Mum and Dad said no to me keeping a pet, then smuggling it into the house might work, or keeping it in the garden. I drew out a few different ideas for pets. My plan: clever disguise, pet in a box, my house, parrot or bird under the hat, smuggle pet in bag, smuggle under coat. While expertly keeping my "I'm doing maths" face on the whole time, which wasn't easy to do. Maths grimace. My expression worked right up until Marcus started looking over my shoulder and at me again. "Ugh, shh," I told him, trying not to bring attention to myself. "Oh, what kind of maths is that?" Marcus said, not leaving me alone. Straight away, Mr. Fullerman looked in our direction.
"You two are a couple of magnets. Move away from each other. And whoever's making that hissing sound, please stop right now."
I gave Marcus a look and whispered,
"That would be you, pet."
Mr. Fullerman heard me.
"Do you need some help, Tom?"
"Oh, not really, sir."
"Excellent. That's music to my ears. I'll look forward to seeing all of your maths completed then,"
Mr. Fullerman said, and he carried on marking our work. Marcus moved away and left me in peace for a while, which gave me a chance to work everything out. Not the maths, my pet plan. Once I had my ideas down on paper, I felt much better. So I picked up my worksheet and saw a lot of number 9s everywhere. As maths isn't my best subject, I had a slight panic until I remembered how to do 9s times tables on my fingers, which is very useful at a time like this. It's almost as useful as sitting next to Amy Porter. See pages 228 to 229 on how to do your maths times tables on your fingers. With my worksheet nearly done, I had plenty of time to do more, not math sums, drawings. I added in some numbers, so it was kind of like maths. Number creature, I like maths. Big number, dog zombie, holding a 9 and a 3. Note for Mr. Fullerman, sorry if any of my sums are wrong. I hope these good drawings help me get some merits. For the rest of the day, all I could think about was having a pet right up until the bell went ring, ring, ring. Even on the walk home, I found myself looking at other people's dogs and imagining they were mine. I was going to tell Mum and Dad about Mark's pet as soon as I got back, but instead, I found myself wandering around the house, doing other very important things. Staring at the wall. Picking bits of fluff off my trousers. Flicking the bits of fluff to see how far they would fly. Flick. Not that far. What if Mum and Dad said no about the pet? That would be really awkward, and I wouldn't be happy about it either. Mark said he'd come to see me straight after school, so I was running out of time to ask them. After a bit more fluff finding, eventually I stood right in front of them and blurted out, Mum and Dad, can I ask you questions? They both raised their eyebrows. Go on, Mum said suspiciously. Well, my friend Mark Plump had asked me to do this really huge favour, and because I'm a nice person and I always try and do good things, I told him not to worry because, of course, I could take one of his pets just a few days to help him out. Pets. I whispered really softly, hoping they might miss it. Oh, that's really nice of you, Tom, Dad said. Phew, that was easy. I followed up quickly by saying, thank you. That's brilliant. Mark's on his way right now and he'll be very happy. Hang on a second. Did you just say pet? Trust Mum to hear what a bat is. Maybe. Before she could say no to me, I found another way to ask the same question.